This is an official presentation of Sport Fishing Championship.
SFC season rolls on as the Gulf Division reassumes its competition. 2-month break after the last event that we saw these Gulf teams in Key West, Florida. It's the Gulfport, Mississippi Open presented by Guides League. Which team's going to land the first place finish across the next 3 days and bring home that victory? We saw Third Coast Renegades do it a couple of months back. The hunt for the Zane Grey Championship playoffs continues from Gulfport, Mississippi, and we're glad you could be a part of it. Looking at the season standings, everybody in that playoff hunt presented by Exotic, and this is the way they finished at that first round event in Key West, Florida, kicking off the Gulf Division. You see the Louisiana Canyons, familiar name, but a new team representing the Louisiana Canyons this year. Trying to hold on to the top 2 spots. Only the top 2 move on to that Zane Grey Championship playoff. We had that playoff hunt presented by Exotic. Welcome to our YouTube hour, everyone. I'm Robbie Floyd. He's Peter Miller. Petey, good to be back again, talking about the Gulf for a change. I'm glad to be talking about closer to my home waters instead of yours.
Robbie, every time we talk about these waters, we get really excited because we have big fish here, and they're throwing big live baits at these marlin. You know, they're marking them, they're finding them, and then all of a sudden they deploy a 7-pound tuna and they have a 500-pound marlin on the line. That's not something you do every day. You don't do that in Miami. You don't do that in a lot of places up the coast. But something about the Gulf brings these big fish. It's very calm right now. Great conditions, and I think it's going to be a fun tournament. It always is. They're sleeping out there at night. There's a lot of camaraderie. There's a lot of joking, a lot of ribbing, you know. Yeah. But here we are on YouTube, taking it easy. I don't want to go overboard. You know, we're chilling a little bit.
Yeah, it's our social hour. We want you to be a part of it. Make sure you hit that like button and follow along as well, and also ask some questions. We'll be live throughout this next hour on YouTube. Like you can be a part of it. Peter kind of alluded to it just a second ago about how they'll be going back and forth, usually on the Atlantic, but here, well, they are gone. They're out there for several days. It's something new when we're running this tournament ourselves. We're letting them take off the day early, so that's going to give them more time to fish, more opportunities for these anglers. We actually caught up with them on Media Day and asked them about having that extra time.
Happy to be back in the Gulf waters. We had a fun time in Key West, but happy to be chasing the big blue marlin again. And, you know, I think with that extra day of travel and being able to do it while you're not on fishing time, it helps a lot. You can kind of be strategic about it. You know, we do a lot of plan and prep work beforehand, so being able to do that plan and prep work and then execute it and try to show up in those spots, see if it looks the way that we think it's supposed to look, and kind of game plan, you know, do we need to make a move? Do we need to do this? So it's definitely an advantage for sure.
That we've got more time, because if you want to full on send it, there's some great paths to get there. You don't necessarily have to bump right out to the Gulf and take 4 to 5 footers to the teeth for 250 miles. The way this coast is set up, there's some alternate paths that you can take and head down the Mississippi and only have to be in the Gulf for 100, 120 miles. So it really gives you that flexibility with that extra time to get to where you want to be and be on the fish that you've targeted, using all the models that you can use to get where you want to be. So I appreciate the format.
We'll probably leave, run a few hours tomorrow, and then chug and be where we want to be. You know, I think it more of an advantage for the live bait guys. They're going to go check rigs and put their sonar down and look for fish. And if the fish are there, then, you know, it's a good sign for them to stay. For us, we're covering more area, so we came through there the other day and marked some fish, so hopefully they're still in there.
As they are right now, and day number 1, we have a great advantage for the Gulf Coast Cowboys. The team that finished 5th place at the first stop in Key West is currently in the lead. They're the only one with fish, Peter, and that's a pretty high point total. Those aren't sails and whites. There's a big blue in there as well.
Yeah, those numbers are interesting. They're not our normal 450 that we'd normally see in the morning. That's a fish on top of that 450, which is the 100-point white marlin as well. So that's a lot of points to start the day. You know, that's a brand new boat for them. It's a 67 pole man, 18.5-foot beam on that baby. Plenty of room for Dino and crew and Brian Kelly and the entire group, you know, Captain Blake Bridges and Lori and Dean. I mean, it's like unbelievable.
Yeah.
Choo-choo trains are going wild right now.
It's got that new boat smell and got that new fish of the tournament. We'll take a look at it in just a moment. It's looking out in the Gulf of America at the 6 boats. Not getting a signal from the Third Coast Renegades. We'll get back with them whenever we do have reception. But again, you're watching all of this live as it happens. But earlier this morning, in the 8 o'clock hour, you see how they got that point total. Gulf Coast Cowboys, they had a fish on, and this time it was Lori McDowell with the first catch of the tournament.
You know, or they see it on the sonar and they could tell not a big blue marlin, maybe a sail, maybe a white. You know, you could tell based on the size of the marks on the sonar as to what it is. So Lori's getting strapped in. It's not going ballistic. They seem relatively calm yet excited about what's happening. So we have a good feeling about this. Obviously, 826 on the new boat, the new Brittany Marie, 67-foot Paul man.
And you also see the equipment being used. Pretty big rod reel combination there. They are in search of blue marlin. There's no doubt about that. They want the 450 pointers. If a 100 pointer jumps in the spread, okay, that's fine. I can take care of it with this same combo.
Yeah, and you can see the difference. You know, we came from Charleston a couple weeks ago,
right?
And we saw a mixture of the sailfish, white marlin, blue marlin setups. This is exclusively big blue marlin.
Oh, did you see that $100 pass right then?
Oh yeah?
Yeah, the good luck hundo just went. I don't know how deep it was in that spool, but she just passed it off.
That's always a good sign. You got to donate to the fish gods, you know. $100 bill, a little green for the blue. Little 6, 7 in there.
Love it. Changing gear ratios right there.
Yeah, you got to change those gear ratios. You want to go to high speed when they're going backwards like that, but you see it's tough to keep up with it when you go to 1-to-1, so they bump forward again because you realize that ratio is not quite what you want it to be. When you go to 1-to-1, it's like when they're usually straight up and down and you can barely move them. You want to get one little crank on them, one little crank, just keep pumping it. 3.2, so you have a little more speed on those bigger reels. Now we see those sailfish reels, those are 6.7 to 1, 7 to 1 right now, so you're like turbo speed. The gears couldn't handle that kind of speed with these big fish, they'd explode. And you wouldn't be able to get cranked, so it's all designated rods for certain fish and reels and drags. Oh, look at that in the foreground there. We got that handsome fella, Nick Becker. He's doing his thing, kind of a lot of things online about her catching blue marlin after blue marlin, and now she is. You know, here we are at the Gulfport, Mississippi Open, and she's right back where she left off in the chair, winding on a fish, backing up. It looks like it would either be a smaller blue marlin or maybe a large white marlin, but I don't think it's, you know, a sailfish. This is way too much drag and pull.
Well, we let the cat out of the bag right off the bat, showing the points, but so we know that, and she probably knows. Calm conditions, though. You know, that is really our first time to see a weather.
As far as her arm, you keep it up, baby.
I mean, that's slick.
Yeah, those are the conditions that you really want out there. You can see a lot of things happening out there. Sometimes when it slicks over like that, it makes it tough because the fish can see everything. Sometimes you have to go down on your leader size, and you want to use a more slim profile bait. You want to like clean it up a little bit. They see absolutely everything, but it doesn't look like anything's bothering their setup right now. She's got that big setup. The fish is sinking down a little bit as they back up. So maybe she will get this fish on that 1-to-1 at the end of it all.
Keep it up, baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listening to their inter-ear communication as well, talking to each other.
You know, there's nothing better than getting into a new sport fish and being able to catch fish immediately. That gives you a lot of confidence in what you're doing. You know, we talk about acoustics, we talk about, you know, the hum of these boats, and some of them just don't have it. This boat is proven to be one of those boats that has it all because they've been catching fish after fish. They broke it in immediately. They got the stink off the boat, as they say, away.
Think about where they had to pick it up in North Carolina. Blake had
1,000
to,
miles.
Yeah, had to run it all the way around, you know, Florida and get it into the Gulf of Mexico. But yeah, they've been catching ever since they've had the boat.
And they bought this boat within 1 week. They closed on it. They were so hopped up on this boat. I heard Brian said, let's do this. And they went after it. Within 1 week, they closed on it. And they did some, you know, housekeeping in there and tuned it up and put it in the water and raced it to their spots. And now 1,000 miles later, they're back on a white marlin.
Doing great. I'm a how great it looks. But I hope they're very sharp.
Should be getting close.
Hey, Robert, we talk about this quite a bit on these golf tournaments, and I think Garrett Frazier made a really great comment, very wise words. You know, when you get this type of format where you can go out the night before and you can catch bait, right? And now you're not racing out there, burning all your fuel. You get out there, you catch your bait, you get everything set up, and when it's time for lines in, you put them in, and look, nobody got beaten up. It's a fresh day of fishing, so it allows them to do their grocery shopping, you know, before the party starts. And here they go, they're about to leader it. They're on the leader right there. That's Nick Beck on the leader. She winds up as he's pulling in the leader to wind on leader, so she takes out the slack. GoPro's in the water, identifying, looks like a white marlin. Obviously the pecks are, well, one peck is lit. Look at that, nice size white.
Happy little fella. And
See
you
that
know.
remora? A remora just shot off and swam away.
Now you're seeing what bait they're using. Everything.
Not a bait, that is a J-hook lure. Yep.
Hey, I come from the fishing world. You can have artificial or real. It's still the bait.
You're right, Robbie. You are right. They ate that bait.
It did.
What bait did it eat?
That
The artificial one?
Yeah, right. And yes, they do want it back.
You know, I got a text this morning from an unknown number with a picture of this fish. Well, not this morning, just moments ago.
Oh, creeper?
Yeah.
Let's go. There we go.
That's 100 points.
Come on.
Wait, I got We're coming for you.
Let's get it just in case. Junior's got it confirmed. I'll just do it.
Good job, girlfriend.
So back.
That's so cool. And again, for the video or the verification, if we don't see it from our camera, they have to show you stuff. Why not have a camera that does this?
There's no reason to not have a camera that underwater in a tournament. Always have that, and that's the latest and greatest thing we've been doing. It's kind of like, just do it. You know, it's so easy. There's 10 guys on the boat, stick a camera in the water, and there you have it. Right there, a little bit of everything. You know it's a white marlin instantly, and it's a done deal.
You know, I saw the stripes in that bad boy. I'm going, hang on, they're not supposed to be in these waters. But no, a lot of variegations. That was a very pretty fish. And again, thank you for giving us those underwater shots as well. And you're seeing why the Gulf Coast Cowboys, they're loving the new boat. They're dancing on the new boat, and they are the leaders on day one of the Gulfport, Mississippi Open.
Nice watch. Citizen?
Yeah, Eco Drive. It's powered by light.
Like any light?
Yep.
Headlights?
Yeah.
Sunlight?
Yeah.
What about city lights?
Definitely.
Subway? Neon? Strobe light?
Those two.
Really?
Yeah.
Disco? Underwater?
Yeah.
This light? Spotlight? 10,000 spotlights!
Yeah, any light.
Cool.
Citizen Eco Drive. It is cool. Powered by light for 50 years.
When the ocean calls, only the bold answer. Out Out here, it's not about cameras, contracts, or crowds. It's about the fight. When the battle begins, you need a boat that's as relentless as you are.
Nice work, Jill.
Jill Paglia, boat number 1, executive decision, day 1.
HCB Yachts, the ultimate sport fishing experience. We deliver the dream.
Sign up for SFC's Angling Club Championship and be featured in our tournament coverage. Compete across 4 categories of meat fish: mahi-mahi, swordfish, wahoo, and yellowfin tuna. Running alongside the SFC season, these divisions allow you to represent your favorite angling clubs and win cash. Fish anytime, as many times as you want, between now and September 7th to win. Go to sportfishingchampionship.com/championship fish 2026 to sign up now.
The Gulfport, Mississippi Open is sponsored by Guidesley, official booking partner of SFC. By Citizen, official timing partner of SFC. One Water Marine. And by Hook, official jersey and performance apparel partner of SFC. Boats cruising around the Gulf of America. We are cruising here on set in Texas. Chloe Turner, welcome to the program. Good to have you back. It's been a couple weeks since we've been in Charleston, South Carolina. More fun to be had here. The social hour, it's time to have some fun.
Man, it feels good to be back. I'm ready for this tournament, and let's get into it.
Socially, what do we got?
Socially, okay, so finding a blue marlin can feel a lot like looking for that marshmallow and the Lucky Charms box. And speaking of Lucky Charms, Jacelyn with the Louisiana Canyons, she has a tradition where she dumps Lucky Charms into the ocean before she fishes.
Seen it.
I mean, do y'all have any superstitions or anything that pre-tournament rituals that y'all get into?
I don't. I mean, I think the one superstition is make sure you have toilet paper on the boat. That's my one superstition. I do that and never go on a boat without toilet paper. Peter,
that ain't no beep.
Yeah.
It's serious. Yeah, no, that's a good thing to always have. And but yeah, I mean, I think we all have a little bit of superstitions. I used to do this thing where I'd wake up in the morning and I had this one sandwich. This one time we won a tournament. From that point on, it was toast with cream cheese and a piece of American cheese on that, and it was just this cheesy sandwich, and I eat it every morning before a tournament. It's the weirdest thing ever. And then always I have a pair of sailfish underwear.
Yeah.
Keep them nice and clean.
Lucky
if I've got to wash them for a 3-day event, you know, I'm hanging them on the clothing rack with the clothespins, you know, and letting them dry in everyone's face.
How old are they?
They're not that old.
Oh, okay, just checking. Because I know that you are a $100 bill kind of guy too as well. We saw that just a moment ago on the Gulf Coast Cowboys. What's the deal with the $100 bill? Because you referred to it just a little bit ago, but where does
you got to kind of donate to the fish gods, as they say. A lot of guys will pour a little for their homies on the reels, you know, beer, or they do a little something, go around, kind of like bless all the reels. A lot of people put money under the line, so when the line pulls off, the bill flies into the water, and the fish have their piggy bank. And now that you've donated to the blue marlin fishery, or the families of the blue marlin.
Got to give back a little bit, Peter. You know, again, he's not afraid to throw some hundos out there. And as you mentioned, Jacelyn Berthelot doesn't mind sprinkling a little cereal out in the water as well. We talked to her about it.
All right, so for those of you that don't know, this is kind of a new season for us. I'm gonna go through my ritual. We always put Lucky Charms out the first day, or every morning of the tournament. We think it's a marlin breakfast. They always want it, so every day we've got lots of Lucky Charms. Sometimes we've got some limited edition. Today we got Jumbo Unicorn, and we dump them in the water for the marlin. Here we go. Let's go catch them.
What's up with the limited edition, Chloe? I didn't know about that. I didn't know there were such a thing.
Wow.
Limited. I mean, maybe it's if you catch limited edition VIP fish, if you get the limited VIP marshmallows. So
it's
who
like
knows?
Charlie Chocolate Factory, right? I had all those bars, but there's only a couple of gold tickets.
Ticket.
So you know, you got the golden ticket, you get the blue marlin. That's how it works. You know, it's a special edition. What can I say?
I've seen her sprinkle the cereal before, and it didn't pay out. We're hoping it brings good fortune today as we're looking at the 6-box out in the Gulf Division. Right now, you see a lot of chill, a lot of movement. Still no reception from Third Coast.
Oh, that was a snap out on the Lone Stars right there.
Texas Lone Stars, who generally played a little bit closer to shore, and that's why they didn't leave until later, as Spencer Johnson talking about the defending champions of the Zane Grade Championship playoffs. They took the entire 2025 title last year. Oh, I don't know.
They're putting it back up in the rigger. That means the bait looks good. It was maybe a knockdown, maybe it was weed. Sometimes the clip's a little loose. So, you know, they're very content with their situation.
Don't mind seeing that. We've also seen some mahi-mahi being caught today as well. They're on the move, cruising around the Gulf of America. I'm glad you can be a part of it. The Gulfport, Mississippi Open presented by Guidesley. We'll get you hooked up on some fish, and we know there's a big one to be seen as well.
Let me tell you a story about a couple guys who had a dream at a bar.
Are you talking about us?
No, George Washington and the American Revolution.
Oh, wow.
But now that you mention it, we're a lot like them.
We are.
We are America. Every other vodka brand is every other country that's tried to stand up against us.
And attack us.
Iraq, Japan, China,
Afghanistan,
Taliban,
they're there.
Russia, France, England.
They want the smoke.
And we are the smoke. This is an American brand.
If you believe in our country, you believe in Porosos.
As part of World Oceans Day this week, consider supporting the Billfish Conservation Project. Founded in 2019, BCP was established to protect our valuable ocean resources and billfish. Go to billfishconservation.org and join the newsletter, become a member, and make a donation. A lot going on this week, this month. I'd like to thank the people at the billfishconservation.org. Let's meet one of our teams, Mississippi Blues. Who are they? What are they about? Let's meet a few of them.
Hi, my name is Garrett Schluter. I'm from Navarre, Florida. And a fun fact about me is I really love fishing.
Hi, I'm John Crockard with the Mississippi Blues. I'm from right here in Orange Beach, Alabama.
Off the boat.
Taking a live look into the Mississippi Blues, and they were singing the blues. It didn't get to take off yesterday with the other boats. They've been retrofitting this boat, getting it ready for the competition. We knew as of our announcers call during the week, Peter, they were putting in, you know, countertops and stuff like that. But the big issue is the engines. When you don't have engines in, ready, prepped, and doing their sea trial, it's kind of hard to go fishing.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of things that go wrong with these boats, especially if you don't use them. A lot of things go wrong. If you use them really hardcore, things break down. But you've got to continue to stay after it, and that's what they did. And here they are. They made it to the grounds. They're fishing. It's the perfect conditions. The glue is not going to come off those granite countertops in there.
And their engines are good too, because they did their sea trial last night, and out there, Adam McGugan, remember, won this event last year representing the Third Coast Renegades. So this is a team that knows how to get it done on Sport Fishing Championship, this time representing the Mississippi Blues. Chloe, again, a winning team. Now it's good to hear them out on the water for the first time this year, really in their boat.
It sure is, and let me tell you, I really want to see these countertops. I mean, they sound freaking amazing. I need their interior decorator. I mean, I got to see them.
Yeah, you know, they do a little matchy-matchy. It's like Garanimals, you know, you've got your sofas and your carpeting and then the countertops, and sometimes they're a little gaudy, you know. So where did that come from? Sometimes they're lit, you know. It's you know, so they're getting lit out there.
Yeah.
And it's pretty important to try to match it all, get the hum going, everything goes well. They start catching fish, and before you know it, it's a new countertop. They change it out.
When you look good, you feel good, and hopefully they're reeling in the fish with those new countertops. So guys, we have some questions from our audience. We actually have a question from a VIP. Kennedy Neifeld wants to know, is there an advantage to fishing with artificial bait versus live bait when fishing in these conditions?
Ooh, that's a Peter question. But it's like, which one do they want? It's really the thing, right? I mean, they might want artificial compared to live, right?
I think Robbie's kind of answering. He's answering the question in a sense. You know, Kenny's come up with a very good question. She's obviously a very smart, well-schooled young lady, asking the right questions at the right time because people are catching them right now on live bait and they're catching them on lures, okay? So you wanna break down a little bit of everything. You want to employ and deploy everything you got to see what's working. Now, there's guys that are only fishing live bait for big blue marlin around the rig, so that's a done deal. But the ones that are trolling, they're gonna have lures. One day, maybe they're gonna have a little bit of baits. They're gonna have mackerel out there. They're only gonna pitch baits, dead bait. So it's, you know, it's anybody's guess as to what's going to work, but they mark them out there next to the rigs. It's like going shopping. You're like, that one looks nice. Let's throw out a 9-pound tuna, blackfin, skipjack, bonita, could be a rainbow runner, any of those fish, and deploy it behind the boat. Maybe put 2 out, and they sit there waiting for that fish to come up, but they could see it on the sonar. So it's really a cool fishery.
I got one before we get to your next question. If you're around the rigs and you know we will see that live bait or we'll see what was once live, why not the lures around there to give them something different? Didn't we see Blaine talk about a couple days ago? It seemed like that they seemed to like that teaser type bait. Why anything different around the rigs? Why not lures?
I mean, it all depends on the technique you want to use, and sometimes trolling around the rigs can be a problem because you might catch a bycatch. You might get mahi and jacks and fish that can eat a ballyhoo this big. They can eat a bait this big. But you put out an 8-9-pound tuna, 6-pound tuna, nobody can eat it except the fish you want. Or it could be a yellowfin tuna, or maybe a bluefin is coming through. But most likely, you're going to have a big fish come up, and it's going to be a big blue marlin, most likely.
I mean, these blue marlin, they're pretty much getting the Luby special. I mean, a buffet. They're getting, you know, the catfish, the little Luann, all those different options. So I guess they're just going to determine what they're wanting. The jello, the red jello, the artificial, but all right, we have another question.
I don't know what cafeteria she's been going to. They get catfish.
I haven't been there, catfish and jello.
I know.
I have not been to that.
You guys aren't a fan of Luby's?
Yeah.
No. Okay, well, I guess y'all are better than me.
It's been a while.
Okay, so actually, we're going to dive into this. So this summer, SFC is expanding the league by adding 3 new clubs. And so they're adding it in Connecticut, Virginia, and Bahamas. So I asked ChatGPT, just out of curiosity, what would you name each of these clubs? And let me tell you, these are some interesting answers, guys. Connecticut, we have the Real Anglers of Connecticut.
Ooh.
Virginia is for hookers/realtors. Hookers is in fishing, which is interesting. In Bahamas, the Bahama Mamas.
That's exactly what I thought.
That what you
I did
say?
it. In my head, I thought the Bahama Mamas. I was like, how can you not?
Wow.
I was like,
that's great.
No matter what you said, I was going to come back with the
Do y'all
Bahama
have any
Mamas.
other ideas for the other?
I mean, Connecticut, you know, I used to go there quite a bit. I lived in New York, and Connecticut reminds me of, like, you know, turtlenecks and pearls, you know, like
slow driving.
A lot of golf, you know, very ascots, you know, a lot of things like, you know, maybe some like little pipes, you know.
Lily Pulitzer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got some, you know, some interesting things there. You call them the turtlenecks.
Bahama Bash. I like that. I mean, you know, like to give them some because.
I think that's taken.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it's taken, Robbie. We're gonna have to come up with a new one.
That one?
Was it taken really?
Yeah.
Oh, is that? I don't know.
I think so.
Nice.
I think it's a drink. Pretty sure.
That was a Bahama Mama.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hey, we're going to step aside for a bit. We got more in this social hour. As I look at my Citizen Watch, we got about 30 more minutes. Glad you can watch us here on YouTube. Hit us up with questions. Chloe's not scared to ask us. I'll put it that way.
Nice watch. Citizen?
Yeah, EcoDrive. It's powered by light.
Like any light?
Yep.
Headlights?
Yeah.
Sunlight?
Yeah.
What about city lights?
Definitely.
Subway? Neon? Strobe light?
Those two.
Really?
Yeah.
this go.
Championship fish. Gulf Coast Cowboys leading the competition. It is a 3-day event. We saw earlier that released white marlin by Lori McDowell, the Gulf Coast Cowboys, in the 8 o'clock hour. What happened at the 11 o'clock hour, Peter? We had Mr. Big show up.
Explosiveness, $100 bills.
And I don't know if it's Mr. Big as in the fish or Mr. Big as in the club owner right there on the left, Kelly.
That's live bait. They got live bait by the rig right there. You see they're pulling onto the bait's getting nervous, and now it's getting eaten and going away. Let's see.
Oh, he's up in the wash.
There it goes. He just hammered it. Trying to get it down head first, swallowing it, swimming away, pushing the water through to push the fish down. Circle hooks, lock it up, come tight.
Gets him away from that rig, too. Oh, big splash.
Look at that white water. That's what they're made of right here, folks. Giant blue marlin glass calm waters on a live bait with your team on your new boat. That is special.
It's everything BK could ask for right there, and he's going to man that chair. You know it. What a couple of weeks. Kelly, me, Tyler reunite again with Florida-Georgia line. And then we have the Charleston Cup kicking off America 250 concert.
Yeah, they're coming back fast on this fish. So the technique, Robbie, is to hook up, get tight, make sure you're tight, fish is up, jump in, that's great. If the fish stays up on the water column, you want to start backing, getting that line back. You know that fish, the more you have back on the reel, the better you are. Maybe you can touch that leader because we already know what the fish is.
Look at their path also. You see where they've been by the water back behind the boat. A lot of sharp objects.
Yeah.
Hey, you got time. I have him jumping and everything. So that's the only confirmation decision.
Good thing he's been hitting the gym, huh, Peter?
Oh yeah. That fish is starting to do its thing. They're so big, you know, at that size, like that 450, 5. You know, it's tough to say, you know, based on the, you know, the girth and the shoulders of this fish. They can be a certain length, but it's all about how thick the bass fishing. You can catch a real post-spawn bass, and it's 6 pounds. You know, a month ago it was 8 pounds.
Yeah. And there's that structure they've been fishing around. You see a drill ship off in the distance. And the platform as well.
Got our boy up there, Blake Bridges, on the bridge.
Balake. Been fishing these water for years. We've been seeing him on the fishing championship. Again, having that 4th place start to the season, I think it was. It was at 4th or 5th. Having a 5th place start in the season now to be a couple of fish deep into this first day of fishing is the way they want to get tournament 2 started.
They've got the home going.
And that is cool because you mentioned how certain boats make certain sounds. And we saw it in the Atlantic where some boats were saying, you know, this bearing might be called condition. Well, this boat seems to have that magic touch. Dang!
Wow.
Look how much water is like. Look at the bill on it.
Robbie, that's close to that.
You want to go over 450?
You imagine that day, you know, we're on day 2 of the tournament and someone comes in with a 919 and there's 7 days because you get laid.
Yeah.
You could lay a couple days and then fish again. I mean, what a bummer. As my son would say.
The boats
would say.
You see the boats running to the side of it, filming it, going, that's a big one. Man, we're always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Like they had already given it up.
All right, so that's a lot of heat on that drag, you know?
Yeah.
Let's see if he's pushing it up a tiny bit. A little push.
I mean, that's a big
and he's doing the right thing because you definitely want to keep your hand on top of that reel, and especially when, you know, the fish is running right now, but when they push the drag up even a little more and they're straight up and down and it's a big bend and you're applying a lot of pressure, that line breaks, man, it's right to the dome, right to the eyes. You know, you could have a bad injury. Look at that roller guide right there. It's probably above his head, but I mean, that would not feel good.
Watching how they were talking Brian through that and adding drag, and at one point he backed off. Me being the novice fisherman I am,
to what drag, amount of drag pressure there. Now, if the fish isn't running and you're doing this, you can have more heat. But as soon as the fish takes off or starts jumping, goes away at full speed, and you happen to be going forward, you want to back off the drag a tiny bit. There's no reason to burn the fish off. Maybe the fish is going to chafe off. Maybe he's got a 400-pound leader, 350-pound, you know, mono on there, but it could chafe off. So you just want to, you know, you don't want to go too hard if you don't have to. The goal is to touch that leader, get the points, and do what you got to do, and hopefully, you know, obviously, be able to take wraps on the leader and see the fish at the boat. That's the ultimate goal. Because we all want to see that. I'm starting to get a little jealous, Robbie.
I am too.
It's getting me today.
I thought about hitting up Blaine Burch and seeing what he's doing for the White Marlin Open if he has an open spot. I thought about calling him the Seabirds. I think we're off that weekend. I wouldn't mind just seeing how it's done because I got a feeling they might take it this year.
You've got a feeling, huh?
Again, very calm conditions, just a little bit of roll. I'd still want my Seakeeper for sure.
Oh yeah, they're coming back fast right now. They're sliding back real fast. You know, you can just tell by the image. You can't see the white water, but it's there, right below our cameraman's lens there. There it is.
And yes, this is the same Brian Kelly. What's that? I would say this is the same Brian Kelly, the musical superstar, Grammy nominee.
Fish is on the surface, they see them. So everyone's getting in leader mode. And when you have a 500-pounder there, everyone's a little more serious. You're going to be holding your one hand under the gunnel. You know, you're going to be getting low with the camera. But when it comes to leading fish, and in the arms, because if the fish wrapped on it, you want to be able to extend your arms and release that leader if it's too much. But the bottom line is to hold it, not like you can. I'm holding on. You know, it's a little bit of pressure. You see that double line right there. There's the bimini. They got to go past that. There's a fish. It'll probably show its tail or head here in a second here. It's very close.
Nick Becker and Kyle Coker on board. You see them directing which way that line in case.
There's a double line back and hard. See if the fish stays up. They could very easily sink right here. Nick's staying out of the way. He's low enough where he's not going to get it, you know, but it's right there.
The thing we have not talked about, Peter, is we have all catch and release. They're trying to get to that leader. You see it right there.
The bimini. That's the bimini. They got to go below the bimini.
A little more. All right. Qualified catch right now, but do they keep this fish or not? Because there's a big thing called the Mongo that lasts for months. That this fish could be a big money pair.
Oh, Robbie, that's a big fish right there.
That is
500 all day long. Woo! Man, imagine hanging on to that.
You got up your
yeah, I mean, that's solid all the way around. That's a solid fish. You'll probably hear him talk. We should listen in.
No, I don't. Hold on.
They already got the leader. A little tangle on the teaser there. Got it off, no problem. They already got the leader. It's all good.
Good job, Nick.
Nick taking wraps on that baby.
Hey, put that drag on up.
So with this being our event, an SFC event, not partnered with anybody, we know it's all catch and release. But the thing I was talking about was the Mongo. They could bring that fish back and maybe win tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars later. Look at this fish. Watch it jump. We move
right, there we are again.
forward.
Back at the leader. Back at the leader. Taking wraps here. Slick Nick on the wraps. New wrapper.
life of that fish still, the way that it jumped close to the boat.
You can't wind that one up, but you definitely want to get out of your way. You want to get that leader out of the way, just in case the fish surges. Come on. But Nick's pulling with everything. Oh, chunky monk. That's a big, getting that leader out of the way, holding on tight.
Good. I'm gonna slow right here. Okay, sorry.
I mean, we're going to have a lot of guessers, Peter. That thing is hundreds of pounds. That is the biggest one we've seen in quite some time.
I'd say it's easily 400 plus. Could be more. Could be 5. Could be, who knows. It's definitely a thick fish all the way through the shoulders.
Wow,
you know, the back.
Beautiful.
I mean, down through the tail. That's when those fish really show up like on the scales. You're like, wait, why is that fish more than that fish? There it is.
Let's go! Come on, baby! Let's go! Let's go, you run forward, Let's go! Come on! Hey, boy! Come on! Let's go! Woo!
Peter Miller, that was for you stallion.
Peter, you stallion!
Would you look at that love? Wow. Thank you. That gets me stoked, guys. I'm happy for him, man. That's really cool. Thanks, Nick. Man, stoked. Peacocking around here.
BK Brian Kelly, a little knuckle bump there. They've got 2 fish, the only 2 fish in the tournament. Will it stay that way? Let's look at this one again. We've got a jumper. When it went sideways, that thing was huge. Look how broad those shoulders were.
Nice watch. Citizen?
Yeah, Eco Drive. It's powered by light.
Like any light?
Yep.
Headlights?
Yeah.
Sunlight?
Yeah.
What about city lights?
Definitely.
Subway? Neon? Strobe light?
Those too.
Really?
Yeah.
Disco? Underwater?
Yeah.
This light? Spotlight? 10,000 spotlight!
Yeah, any light.
Cool.
Citizen Eco Drive. It is cool. Powered by light for 50 years.
There's yellow.
When the ocean calls, only the bold answer. Out here, it's not about cameras, contracts, or crowds. It's about the fight. When the battle begins, you need a boat that's as relentless as you are.
Nice work, Phil.
Phil Paglia, boat number 1, executive decision, day 1.
HCB Yachts, the ultimate sport fishing experience. We deliver the dream.
Sign up for SFC's Angling Club Championship and be featured in our tournament coverage. Compete across 4 categories of meat fish: mahi-mahi, swordfish, wahoo, and yellowfin tuna. Running alongside the SFC season, these divisions allow you to represent your favorite angling clubs and win cash. Fish anytime, as many times as you want, between now and September 7th to win. Go to sportfishingchampionship.com/championshipfish 2026 to sign up now.
Hey, you know, fish like the pros, you got to look like the pros, like our crew in the control room there. Always looking good, but they look even better when they have that sweet gear from Sport Fishing Championship. You know who else looks good? West Florida Black Flags. Getting to know them. We know they're probably ready to win this thing and take a little sip of Porosos vodka, but it's good to get a little shout out. I think one of the mates aboard the West Florida Black Flags, Bailey Walker, had this to say at takeoff.
Hey y'all, my name is Bailey Walker and I'm one of the mates here on the West Florida Black Flags. I'm originally from Birmingham, Alabama, but now I'm out of Panama City Beach, Florida. And I want to shout out my parents back in Birmingham and my siblings, Blake, Brooklyn, and Brooks, and my grandparents, Em and Nana and Pops. And then I also want to make a special shout out to my grandfather, D, who passed away back on New Year's Eve. And this season's I'm dedicating this season to him because he's the one that got me here and into the boating industry. But I just want to say thank you to all my friends and family for supporting me and helping me live out my dream that I'm able to live right now. So thank you to every single one of you guys. I love y'all.
Good deal. A lot of Oklahoma, or not Oklahoma, a lot of Alabama people we've seen so far in the shout-outs. Chloe, you're not from Alabama, but you are from East Texas. And some of the males in your family got you started in this as well. Was it your grandfather or your dad that got you into fishing?
So that's what's hilarious. I've never even seen my dad hold a fishing pole. My mother got me into fishing. True story.
That's awesome.
Got me into fishing and hunting, and so it's the women in our family that are really the outdoorsmen.
It's all good. Shout out. You got some more social media stuff? People hitting you up on YouTube?
I sure do. All right, guys, what is harder to find? A blue marlin or your buddy when it's time to split the fuel bill?
You're the only one that can answer that. And how many fun trips do you take?
Your buddies.
Yeah.
They're gone. They were already at the bar stirring their drinks, mixing them up. And I'm the guy's like, get a credit card. I'm like, okay, here you go.
Yeah,
and I'm cleaning the boat too.
That's awesome.
I'm cleaning my own boat, filling my own boat, bringing the sandwiches, catching the fish. But yeah, it's tough to find the fuel bill comes right now. I mean, even I would disappear even on my own boat.
Houdini.
Be like, thanks a lot. We'll see you tomorrow.
Fuel price is coming down. I just got gas on the way in today. That's pretty good.
All right.
All right, what you got?
All right, this is kind of a fun one. If y'all could have any celebrity fish with you on your boat, who would that be?
You have one. You have so many celebrities on your
You
show.
do too, though. Come on, Robbie. You're a bass fisherman. You love your bass fishing. I mean, you love your saltwater fishing as well.
You know what? I would like Scotty Scheffler. I'd like the owner for the Texas Lone Stars. I'd love to have him out on the water. It'd be good. But like Randy Moss, some of the guys that we see that know they love fishing, that would be cool to.
Yeah, the key to the celebrity part of it, they've got to really want to be there, and if they're not, like into fishing, it's not that much fun. You want them to be dedicated to what they're doing. So you got to find the guys that call you, contact you, and I have a lot of NFL guys call me, and one day the phone rings, and he's like, hey, Peter, it's Ray. I'm like, Ray who? He's like, Ray Lewis. And I'm like, Ray Lewis? I'm like, how'd you get my number? And anyway, someone gave it to him, and he's like, "Hey, we should really fish. We should get together, go fishing one day." I'm like, "I'd love to." He's like, "I'm up in Boca or wherever he was, and we still have it on the slate to fish together." Motivational guy, man. He gets you fired up.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I mean, you asked that question. He's made a living off of going to fishing with his buddies, and I just get to talk about them. So, do you have one? Do you have a?
I would have to pick Peter Miller. Or sorry, Taylor Swift. But
Taylor Swift. She's probably pretty good. I hear she's really quick. She's swift with retrieve.
Yeah.
She's a Swiftie. Did you see her at the Knicks game?
I did. And Travis Kelce with the gaff shot. I think it would.
Oh yeah, he'd probably miss.
Come on.
He'd be a little nervous.
Quit fanning. We're seeing them out there on the water, still fishing on this first day. Again, we're about to wrap up our YouTube hour. We got a little less than 10 minutes to go. We'll make our move to ESPN Plus. So make sure you join us at the top of the hour. We're looking for that third fish of the tournament. Somebody, come on, please. We'll go to it.
Let me tell you a story about a couple of guys who had a dream at a bar.
Wait, come with us?
No, George Washington and the American Revolution.
Oh, wow.
But now that you mention it, we're a lot like them.
We are.
We are America. Every other vodka brand is every other country that's tried to stand up against us.
And attack us.
Iraq, Japan, China,
Afghanistan,
Taliban,
they're there.
Russia, France, England.
They want the smoke.
And we are the smoke. This is an American brand.
If you believe in our country, you believe in Por Osos.
The Gulfport, Mississippi Open is sponsored by the Nature Conservancy, conserving the land and waters on which all life depends. No Rivals, Bill Fish Conservation Project, and by Exotic Outdoors. All right, welcome back to our YouTube hour. We're in the waning moments, and we'll make a move over to ESPN Plus. But before, we need to go to our latest Scoops McGee on the scene down there in Gulfport, Mississippi. Sarah Burke, good to have you back on the show again. Sarah, it's been a long time, been several months that we've seen you, but I know you've been pretty busy lately trying to get all these features and stuff done down there in the Gulf.
Absolutely. I'm excited to be back. I'm excited to be out here in Gulfport, Mississippi. It's my first time out here, and it's beautiful. It's nice out here today.
But we know you've been busy fishing. I mean, this is a fishing show. Things have been getting pretty exciting for you the past couple of months, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been pretty exciting. I've been fishing myself, and, you know, I haven't been out here. It's been a great past couple of weeks.
Petey, you caught a big mahi yourself one time, I think. Sarah, am I wrong? Was you a 47-pounder? I think Petey's right around that same number.
Look at that.
Yeah, you got it right. It was, I think, 47.48 pounds. It was a monster. Definitely biggest mahi I've ever caught, I've ever seen out there fishing. So it was really cool. We were actually fishing in a tournament when we caught that big mahi, and that thing put us on the board, got us in 3rd place for the 3-fish aggregate. We got the biggest single mahi. It was super exciting.
Beautiful fish there. That's awesome. Congratulations on that and everything you've been doing. So when you caught that mahi, were you all making predictions? Man, that thing's 40. It's this, it's that. Were you thinking, man, it's close to 50? What were you thinking?
Honestly, we didn't think he was going to be that big. I mean, it was a long fight, probably over 30 minutes. You know, it's kind of hard to tell. We knew there was weeds on the line, so that also kind of made it feel heavier. So we're like, all right, well, maybe he won't be that big because of the weeds on it. And once that thing, my dad gaffed it, and he went to go pull up on it, and he like stopped for a second, and then was able to sling on the boat. And man, the second that thing hit the deck, we were like, we all lost it. I mean, me and my dad, all of our friends, we were going crazy. We're like, that's gonna put us on the board for this tournament. That's definitely a PR fish right there.
Yeah, that's awesome. You doubled me up, I promise you that. Hey, thanks a lot, Sarah. We're gonna
good
be
job.
moving to Espen here in a minute. Hey, my 20pounder can't touch that one. Great job.
Thank you, guys.
And I think, Peter, that was Northeast Florida Marlin Association tournament. We've been around them for a while, but we're talking about the Gulf of America and our 6 Gulf Division teams out there fishing their hearts out. The Gulf Division leaders, Third Coast Renegades with, do we have movement? No, maybe, no. They're really tight. Who's that? Mississippi?
He's, if I recall, I remember seeing a planer on the Cowboys kind of dangling off in the corner.
I was looking at Mississippi Blues
bait
bait
on the
fishing.
Mississippi Blues are bait fishing with a rubber-coated net there, I believe. You know, keep the baits nice and frisky when they come in. No slime taken off them.
Keep them fresh. That must be what the Gulf Coast Cowboys are doing. New boat. Got that new boat smell. Got a white marlin, a blue marlin. Heck, they're only a sailfish away from a slam, an extra 200 points. I don't think they're going to be looking for sails, though. They're looking for big blues, a little woo-woo from Dino McDowell. Sprinkle those lucky charms. Get your baits ready. We're going to be on ESPN at the top of the hour. Thanks for sticking with us. We'll see you on the other side. Gulfport, Mississippi Open, presented by Guidesley.
Designed by experience.
Here it goes.
Battle-tested solutions for the fearless. Enetic. Comfort in chaos.
Never ever never find somebody do it like me.
And oysters for nature. Let us then protect them. For all of us. For generations.
At Bayou Classic, we believe the best memories are made outdoors, where adventure sparks connection and the best meal is a story shared around the fire. Whether you're grilling with friends at the campsite, cooking up a feast on the bayou, or frying your family's favorites in your own backyard, our outdoor cooking products are built to bring people together. Cook like an original with Bayou Classic.